Okay, guys. So till now we have discussed regarding the one gene inheritance, and then the test cross, and then the Punnett square. By using Punnett square, how we can represent a genetic cross, and how to find out the genotype as well as the phenotype of the individual. Right. So based on those observations, Mendel also proposed the two laws of inheritance, that is law of dominance and then the law of segregation. So next, there are many examples are there which are the results of such a genetic cross deviated from the Mendelian principles, or what results or what conclusions drawn by the Mendel based on those genetic cross, that is the monohybrid cross or the one gene inheritance. Those results didn't obtain, or those results were not observed in some examples of the genetic cross, but that results slightly deviated from the Mendelian principles. So let's see what are those examples which deviated from the Mendelian principles, such as the incomplete dominance. Those concepts are nothing but incomplete dominance, pleiotropy, and then co-dominance and multiple allelism. So these are the concepts in which the Mendel, there is a deviation in the results of a genetic cross from Mendelian principles, or these are the exceptions for the Mendelian principles, means they didn't follow the rules of Mendelian principles of inheritance. So let's understand one by one. First is incomplete dominance. So what do you mean by incomplete dominance? So here the word itself says the dominance of a dominant allele will be incomplete over the recessive allele. Such a condition or phenomena is called as incomplete dominance. So what do you mean by incomplete dominance here? That is, incomplete dominance means when a dominant allele fails to suppress or fails to completely suppress the expression of recessive allele or the other allele of a allelic pair for an character in genetic cross. This condition is called, as a result of that one, an intermediate phenotype will be produced. As a result, an intermediate phenotype is produced in offsprings. Such a condition is only called incomplete dominance. Such a condition is called as incomplete dominance. See, so there is a clear explanation of this incomplete dominance. When the dominant allele which is present in a pair of alleles or the pair of contrasting alleles for a particular character, in that dominant allele fails to completely suppress the expression of recessive allele. Means it tried to suppress the expression of recessive allele, but that suppression is not complete. Means the suppression will be incomplete. Means here suppression is nothing but dominance. Dominance of the dominant allele over the recessive allele is incomplete. So as a result of that one, there will be a production of a phenotype which will be intermediate of the both of the parents. Means it will not be completely dominant phenotype or it will not be completely recessive phenotype, but as an intermediate of both dominant as well as recessive. Such condition is called as incomplete dominance. Okay, here example for the incomplete dominance is example. The incomplete dominance can be studied in a plant called as snapdragon plant. Snapdragon, or it is also called as dog flower. Snapdragon or the dog flower plant. So its scientific name is Antirrhinum mazus. Antirrhinum mazus or 4 o'clock plant. See, this snapdragon or Antirrhinum mazus is a very good example to study the incomplete dominance. Let's see how this plant shows incomplete dominance. So in this snapdragon plant, okay, the true breeding red flowered plants were crossed with true breeding white flowered plants. So when the red flowered plants were crossed with the white flower plants, so red colored is a dominant, so only let's consider their genotype with capital letters, that is capital R and capital R. So such a homozygous red flowered plants were crossed with the homozygous white flower plants. So since it is a recessive one, let's use the small letter here, small r. So this is what the parental generation. Okay, so these are the parents. Then when they produces the gametes, so as they produces the gametes, so as a cross between them, these gametes fertilizes to produce the zygote. That zygote will be having a combination of both dominant as well as the recessive allele, and this generation is called as F1 generation. So these are the gametes here, these are the parental generation, and this is F1 individuals are the F1 generation. Such F1 generation, when it is allowed for selfing, nothing but the self-pollination, then what happens here? The cross takes place between the individuals of F1. So they produces the gametes, which can be represented here. The gametes produced by them will be capital R, small r, since they are heterozygous, and here also the capital R and small r. Now what is the resulting offsprings by this cross means? The resultant offsprings will be, see, capital R, next capital R with small r, next capital R with small r, and then small r. Now, so what is the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio of this cross now? So now these are the F2 individuals or F2 generation. In F2 generation, if you observe, what is expected here? If both capital R dominant alleles are present, means that represents red flower. So here, let's write the phenotypic ratio now. Phenotypic ratio, it is, so how many are red here? See, only one which is having dominant alleles or the homozygous dominant will be red. So 1 will be red here. And what about these two which are heterozygous in condition? So here also red is expected as it is the dominant allele as per the Mendelian principles. But instead of red color, what happens here? An intermediate color, that is pink colored flowers are produced. An intermediate color, that is pink colored flowers are produced, and so they are 2 in number. And the another one which is homozygous recessive, so it was found to be as that of their parent, that is white only. So number of white flowers are 1. So here phenotypic ratio is found to be 1:2:1 only. So phenotypic ratio is found to be 1:2:1. So what is the phenotypic ratio here? The 1 is found to be red, 2 are found to be pink, and 1 is found to be white. So 1:2:1 is the phenotypic ratio. But what was expected according to the Mendelian principles of inheritance? Phenotypic ratio will be 3:1. Instead of 3:1, here the phenotypic ratio was found to be 1:2:1. Let's see what about the genotypic ratio now. Genotypic ratio. So among the 4 offsprings produced, 1 is found to be homozygous dominant. That is, how many are homozygous dominant and how many are heterozygous in condition? Means what are the possible combination of genotypes here? The next is homozygous recessive. So here genotypic ratio is found to be, the 1 is found to be with homozygous in dominant, and 2 are found to be with heterozygous condition, and 1 is found to be with the homozygous recessive condition. So here phenotypic ratio as well as the genotypic ratio both are found to be same, that is 1:2:1 and 1:2:1. So only in incomplete dominance and in a test cross, phenotypic ratio as well as the genotypic ratio will be the same. This question will be asked in the NEET or the CET examination. If the phenotypic ratio or the genotypic ratio will be the same, means what it refers to means incomplete dominance and test cross. Is it clear? In a test cross also phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio will be the similar if the unknown plant is heterozygous. So in incomplete dominance also phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio will be same. See this is how there is an exception or the deviation from the Mendelian principle. According to Mendelian principle, phenotypic ratio of a monohybrid cross should be 3:1. But the 3 is split into 1:2 first, then 1. So instead of 3:1, 1:2:1 is found to be the phenotypic ratio, and genotypic ratio is as same, that of the Mendelian cross, that is 1:2:1. So this is what the concept of incomplete dominance and that was observed in snapdragon or the dog flower, and its scientific name is Antherinum majus. So it is very important for PUC examination, and it will be more oftenly asked for the 5 marks in the PU examination. So remember, first you have to write the definition of the incomplete dominance, then representation of that the cross in order to show the concept of incomplete dominance, and explain the whatever you write here as a cross, representation of a cross, explain it in terms of description. Is it clear, guys? This is regarding the incomplete dominance. Okay, thank you guys.